What is up, YouTube? What is up, family? We have another request. We got the 10 best stadiums in the world. I wonder how many will be in the United States. It would not shock me if not one of those 10 were in the USA. It would not shock me because you guys take your football very seriously. And to play football, you need a massive stadium. All right, let's go. Let's check it out. I think the ones we got are mostly for NFL, basketball, too small for actual European football, soccer. Okay, anyway, let's go. Let's check it out.
Today, we're diving into something that's sure to excite sports fans, design enthusiasts, and travel lovers alike. The most impressive stadiums in the world.
Look at that one.
We're talking about the arenas that don't just host games, but leave you in awe with their incredible architecture, history, and sheer scale. From futuristic masterpieces to ancient landmarks, these stadiums are more than just places to watch a match. They're cultural icons.
Dallas Stadium? Yeah, all right.
So, get ready to witness the most impressive stadiums in the world.
Oh my God.
The Float at Marina Bay, Singapore. The Float at Marina Bay is one of the most unique and impressive stadiums in the world.
What?
Located in the heart of Singapore, this stadium is an engineering marvel, with a 30,000-seat grandstand perched along the water's edge. It's not just the incredible views of the skyline that make this place special, but the very fact that the pitch itself is built on water, making it the world's largest floating stage. Originally created in 2007 as a temporary venue while Singapore awaited the construction of a larger permanent stadium, the Float has since become a beloved landmark in its own right. The idea was simple: to create a place for large-scale events with a capacity big enough to accommodate tens of thousands of spectators, but also unique enough to make it stand out.
But 30,000 is really not much. That's really not enough people. But that is amazing.
Despite being built with the intention of being temporary, the Float quickly became a fixture of Singapore's event scene. The plans for a larger traditional stadium nearby never fully materialized, and the Float has since become a major attraction, hosting concerts, cultural events, national celebrations, and, on occasion, sports. The stadium's design is visually striking. Situated on the edge of Marina Bay, the grandstand offers breathtaking views of the waterfront, with the iconic Singapore skyline as the backdrop. At nearly the size of a standard football field, the stage is large enough to accommodate significant events like the National Day Parade and the Summer Youth Olympics. It has also played host to concerts by global stars, including K-pop sensations like Girls' Generation, making it a go-to venue for spectacular performances.
I get it. That part, 100%. That awesome. But for sports, I don't know. Is it just me, or do you foresee a football ending up in the water, or any car, a baseball, a basketball, anything that can fly through the air? You could see it ending up in the water, right? It's not just me, right? Okay, all right. Just making sure.
The floating stage has seen countless moments of grandeur, blending the thrill of sports, the excitement of concerts, and the magnificence of Singapore's unique architectural design. However, despite its popularity, the float's use for traditional sports, particularly soccer, has been limited. The field's capacity, while impressive, only allows 30,000 spectators,
That's what I was saying.
which is a tough sell for football fans who are accustomed to stadiums that hold far more.
70,
As such,
80,
soccer
90.
matches are few and far between, but the stadium's versatility more than makes up for it. From grand parades to high-profile concerts, the Float's role as a multi-purpose venue has secured its place in the hearts of both locals and tourists.
Man, look at even the buildings are like crazy modern.
Time for something fascinating. During the
what does this look like? What? Let's hit play and talk to me, buddy.
last heat wave in China, the roof of a stadium began to melt away. Apparently, the roof
Oh, so it's not purposely designed to look like that. Ah, okay. Alrighty. Okay. Okay.
China, the roof of a stadium began to melt away.
Okay.
Apparently, the roof was retractable and was made out of plastic. Temperatures were so high on one day that the plastic simply gave away and started to melt. Fortunately, the stadium was empty at the time. What are your thoughts on this? Allianz Arena, Munich,
no comment.
Germany.
No comment.
When you think of iconic stadiums around the world, few compare to the dazzling Allianz Arena in Munich, Germany.
That's
At
beautiful.
first glance, this tire-shaped arena is a masterpiece of modern architecture, but its real magic happens when night falls. The exterior of Allianz Arena is coated in a unique, inflatable shell that's made up of over 2,700 translucent panels. This
crazy.
incredible design transforms the stadium into a living light show, where each panel can glow in a spectrum of colors, changing every 30 seconds.
That's cool. German architecture.
From Jedi blue to Sith red and even a striking Samuel L. Jackson purple, the arena's LED lights create a visual spectacle that's impossible to miss, whether you're a fan of soccer or simply a lover of stunning architecture. But the Allianz Arena isn't just about the exterior spectacle. It's equally impressive inside. Once you step through its doors, the experience continues to impress. With a seating capacity of over 75,000, the stadium boasts a design that maximizes comfort and convenience. Inside, there are 28 kiosks to keep fans fed and hydrated, plus 2 full-size restaurants for those looking to enjoy a more refined dining experience. It's a place where hunger will never be a problem, not when you're surrounded by gourmet food options at every turn.
Nice.
For families, Allianz Arena offers even more. The Kids Club ensures that the younger generation stays entertained, while the Megastore is a paradise for fans looking to pick up memorabilia from their favorite teams. The stadium is also equipped with state-of-the-art changing rooms and a range of offices to accommodate staff and teams during events. But perhaps most impressive are the over 750 screens scattered throughout the arena, providing a clear view of the action even if you're sitting far from the pitch.
Nice.
These screens ensure that no one misses a single moment of the match, whether you're looking at a tiny blur of a player or tracking the ball as it flies across the field. FNB Stadium, Johannesburg, South Africa.
What? Now, see, I would have never guessed South Africa. Okay. The stadium, that looks rather... It looks really cool, actually.
When you think of South African sports and culture, there's one stadium that stands above the rest. FNB Stadium in Johannesburg. Originally opened in 1989 as the Soccer City Stadium, it underwent significant renovations and reconstructions that transformed it into a modern-day marvel. Today, it's affectionately known as the Calabash, a name that reflects its stunning resemblance to a giant African clay pot, symbolizing both the continent's heritage and its future. With a seating capacity of nearly 95,000,
95,000.
FNB Stadium is the largest stadium in all of Africa, and it's not just big in size, but in impact. Before its renovation, it could hold nearly 80,000 people. Still a massive crowd, but the updated design catapulted it into the realm of truly iconic stadiums. Whether you're standing inside the stadium looking out at the vast sea of seats or gazing at it from a distance, the Calabash's enormous bowl-shaped structure radiates energy, drawing attention from all over the world. FNB Stadium became the heart of South Africa's sporting and cultural identity when it was chosen as the main venue for the 2010 FIFA World Cup. The first time the event was hosted on the African continent. The stadium's transformation into a state-of-the-art venue, equipped with cutting-edge technology and world-class amenities, made it the perfect location for such a historic event. With its towering roof and vibrant design, FNB was a fitting stage for the world to witness African football at its finest. But FNB isn't just about soccer. Beyond the 2010 World Cup, that
thing is massive.
Has become a central hub for major events in South Africa, hosting everything from high-profile local soccer matches to international fixtures. It's not just sports that fill the seats at FNB. The stadium has become a landmark for music lovers as well. having hosted concerts by global superstars like U2, Lady Gaga, and Justin Bieber. When you perform at FNB Stadium, it's not just any show, it's a momentous event. It's a place where legends are made and audiences gather to experience history. Perhaps the most poignant event at FNB Stadium came in 2013, when it served as the venue for the national memorial service of Nelson Mandela, South Africa's beloved former president. Thousands gathered to pay their respects to the man who led the country through its most transformative era. The stadium's significance in this context was immeasurable. It was both a symbol of mourning and of hope, a place where South Africa came together to honor one of the greatest leaders the world has ever known. Maracana Stadium, Rio de Janeiro.
It's amazing that human beings literally design and build such masterpieces. Really, I mean, sometimes we can impress a few people, right? Sometimes humans can impress, for the good. We know they can impress in other ways too, but sometimes they impress us where we're just like, not bad, humans, not bad. I mean, damn. If I was an alien from another planet, I'd be like, wow, you guys built that? That's pretty impressive. Not bad, not bad. You know what I mean? Not bad. Not bad. Because you got to take an effect. Forget about just think about just think about the designing where, okay, how much weight is involved in, let's just say, 80,000 people. Now, those 80,000 people, I mean, if they just weighed 100 pounds, add a zero, basically. You're talking about a lot of weight. Now, think about the humans jumping, dancing, screaming, yelling. Their team is winning. They dance, they sing, they jump, Okay, so now how do you figure that out? And somehow these things, they don't cave in. So, I mean, I know we look at them and like, oh, wow, that's a sick stadium. But if you really think about what's entailed in building this thing and also making it safe, because, one little disaster, you could imagine the catastrophe. And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's just me, but I'm impressed. I am definitely impressed.
Brazil. When you think of Brazil, soccer is likely one of the first things that comes to mind.
And women. I mean, soccer is soccer. He's right, soccer.
And when it comes to iconic stadiums that have shaped the history of the beautiful game, Maracana Stadium in Rio de Janeiro stands at the top of the list. Opened in 1950, this legendary venue was built specifically to host that year's FIFA World Cup. But it would go on to become so much more than just a tournament site. It would become the heartbeat of Brazilian football. Maracana Stadium is perhaps most famous for its incredible capacity. At the time of its opening, it held over 200,000 spectators.
What? In the 50s, it held 200,000?
For the 1950 World Cup final.
That's insane.
200,000 people, the largest crowd in football history, came to the Maracanã that day.
Still a record for the largest crowd ever to witness a soccer match.
Oh my
But here's
God.
the catch.
Yeah, what?
The stadium wasn't even finished yet. In fact, Maracana was still under construction when the World Cup final took place, with unfinished stands, limited seating, and very few bathrooms. In what can only be described as a true testament to Brazil's passion for football, fans packed in any way.
You see what I'm talking about? When fans do that? Oh, man, do you know the stress on the beams holding the stadium together? Oh.
Standing shoulder to shoulder in a stadium that wasn't quite ready for such a monumental crowd.
Well, apparently it was safe enough.
With standing room only regulations essentially non-existent, the sight of 200,000 fans crammed together to watch the match is nothing short of jaw-dropping. Of course, it wasn't the most comfortable experience for the fans involved. With little in the way of amenities and likely little concern for personal space, it was a true spectacle of passion and fandom. But no one seemed to mind. After all, they were witnessing history unfold before their eyes. We can only imagine the sheer energy of that crowd, and let's hope they all packed some deodorant for the occasion. The massive crowds continued for years after the 1950 World Cup, For a long time, Maracana regularly hosted over 100,000 fans for major matches, and at its peak, it could hold upwards of 150,000. However, by the early 1980s, it became clear that such immense crowds couldn't be safely accommodated in the modern era.
Yeah, I tend to agree with that.
In 1983, Maracana reached its last six-figure crowd, and since then, the stadium's capacity has been reduced. In 1992, tragedy struck the stadium when an upper stand collapsed, killing 3 people and injuring many others.
I mean, I know a life is a life, but only 3? That's like shocking. I was waiting for him to give a huge number. 3? I mean, 3's bad, but 3? They got very lucky.
The accident led to significant safety reforms, including the complete end of standing room crowds. From that point forward, seating became mandatory, forever changing the atmosphere of the stadium. While it might not host the towering crowds of the past, Maracana still draws over 78,000 fans per match.
Oh wow, that is a huge difference.
Making it Brazil's largest stadium and one of the most iconic in the world.
Beautiful.
Today, Maracana stands as a symbol of Brazilian football culture, having hosted countless international matches, concerts, and historic events, including the 2014 World Cup and the 2016 Summer Olympics. Though the world has changed, Maracana's spirit remains alive in the hearts of every fan who has ever entered its hallowed gates. Kaohsiung Stadium, Kaohsiung, Taiwan. If you're a fan of both football and fantasy worlds like Skyrim, then Taiwan's Kaohsiung Stadium is about to steal your heart.
Look at that.
This isn't your typical run-of-the-mill sports arena. No, the architects behind Kaohsiung Stadium set out to create something truly unique, something that would capture both the imagination and the spirit of the game. Instead of following the conventional design of a closed, rounded stadium, they took a bold leap into the realm of creative architecture, crafting one of the most visually striking and functional stadiums in the world.
This is my favorite so far. That's just insane.
The most immediately striking feature of Kaohsiung Stadium is its unusual shape. Unlike traditional stadiums with fully enclosed stands, Kaohsiung's walls form a horseshoe-like shape, surrounding 3 sides of the field. But that's not all. On the 4th side, the wall doesn't close in. Instead, it stretches outward in a bold, sweeping arc that looks remarkably like a dragon's tail. The stadium's panels, designed to resemble scales or snakeskin, complete the illusion, making it appear as if the stadium is the body of a huge mythical creature, a dragon preparing to take flight.
Or a big snake. Yeah.
But this stadium isn't just a feast for the eyes. It's also a triumph of functionality and environmental design. Anyone familiar with Taiwan's brutal summer heat knows how unbearable it can get. So how does a stadium with 55,000 fans packed inside stay cool in such sweltering conditions? The answer lies in that dragon-like tail. The extended roof portion at the back of the stadium isn't just for show. It forms a tunnel that allows hot air to flow through and escape, cooling down the space before the air enters the stadium itself. This clever design ensures that the fans are treated to a much-needed breeze, even on the hottest of days. In a sense, it's an elegant marriage of feng shui principles and modern scientific understanding of airflow and temperature control. Talk about being ahead of its time.
Talk about being brilliant architects. Is that a fake metal palm tree?
And temperature control.
Yes, it is. Wow. That is really definitely my favorite so far. That is just
about being ahead of its time.
Amazing.
Panathinaikos Stadium, Athens, Greece.
Yeah.
Imagine a stadium that has stood the test of time for over 2,300 years.
Wow.
A venue that not only witnessed the rise and fall of empires, but also hosted the very first modern Olympic Games. Welcome to the Panathinaikos Stadium in Athens, Greece, a place where history and sport collide in the most extraordinary way. Dating all the way back to 330 BC, Panathinaikos Stadium was originally a simple racetrack used for religious festivals and athletic competitions. However, in 300 BC, the Athenian statesman Lycurgus envisioned how to enhance the existing track, transforming it into a grand limestone stadium. This ambitious project laid the foundation for what would become one of the most iconic sporting venues in the world.
That is definitely different.
The stadium's true transformation, though, came about 150 years later, thanks to the wealthy philanthropist and Roman politician Herodes Atticus, who commissioned a marble renovation. This upgrade not only beautified the venue, but also allowed it to seat nearly 50,000 spectators, making it one of the largest in the ancient world.
But I mean, what are you doing with that track? Which just started to look like something different when I hit pause and the lighting seems to have changed. The track now looks like something else. But what I was trying to say, let's get back to it before the image changed.
It not only beautified the venue, but also
right there. I mean, other than racing, or I don't really know what you would do with this track. Even the turn seems too sharp for, any kind of like Olympics track race, or definitely horse racing. No good. It's too much of a sharp turn. I'm not really sure what you could do with this stadium. I mean, it's very cool looking, but sports wise, I don't really know what you're doing in there.
Also allowed it to seat nearly 50,000 spectators, making it one of the largest in the ancient world. The Panathenaic Stadium then became a central hub for the famous Panathenaic Games, an event dedicated to honoring the goddess Athena, which included athletic competitions, music festivals, and even poetry contests. However, as with many historical sites, the stadium's glory was not to last forever. In 400 AD, the Roman Emperor Theodosius I banned pagan festivals, which led to the decline of the Panathenaic Games. The stadium fell into neglect and was eventually abandoned, its magnificent marble structure left to slowly crumble. For over 1,400 years, the once proud venue sat in ruin, forgotten by time. But the story of Panathenaic Stadium was far from over. In 1835, archaeologists rediscovered the ancient site, and a new chapter in its life began. Athens, eager to preserve its history and revive its Olympic spirit, embarked on a project to rebuild the stadium. By 1896, Panathenaic Stadium had been fully restored, and it was chosen to host the first modern Olympic Games. Though Panathenaic Stadium no longer hosts the massive soccer matches or concerts that...
What the hell? How could you... I'm confused. How could you put a soccer field in there? What?
Many modern stadiums are known for. It remains a beloved venue.
I mean, there it is. They're playing... What? How are they doing that? That's soccer, right? This is not the same stadium.
A beloved venue for traditional events. Its long, thin shape, a holdover from its ancient racetrack roots, makes it perfect for events like archery, basketball, and, of course, racing.
Yeah, but not this.
Stadium also played a significant role in the 2004 Athens Olympics and the 2011 Special Olympics World Summer Games.
Now look at that. That looks amazing. But you see what I'm talking about? The field seems to be not wide enough.
Games, continuing its legacy as a symbol of both athletic achievement and historical preservation. Perhaps most impressively, Panathenaic Stadium is still in use today, drawing thousands of visitors and athletes each year. And while it may not hold the massive crowds of modern football stadiums, it has managed to pack in 80,000 spectators during the 1968 European Cup of Basketball, with an additional 40,000 fans standing to witness the action. For a stadium that dates back to the time of Aesop, the famed storyteller, this is no small feat.
Maybe it's just messing with my eyes and it's way... look at this one. Maybe it's just messing with my eyes and it's way wider than it really looks.
Wembley Stadium, London, England.
London, England.
Wembley Stadium is more than just a stadium. It's a symbol of British sporting excellence, a venue steeped in history, and one that continually pushes the boundaries of modern stadium design. Born in 1923, the original Wembley Stadium witnessed countless unforgettable moments, legendary football matches, iconic concerts, and historic events. But by 2000, after decades of hosting the world's greatest spectacles, the old Wembley was retired to make way for a grander, more state-of-the-art version. In 2007, the new Wembley Stadium opened its doors, and it quickly became a global icon. At first glance, the sheer size of Wembley is enough to leave you speechless. With a seating capacity of over 90,000.
Well, that's, wow. Yep, once again, impressive.
It's not just the largest stadium in Great Britain.
This Jaguars. Yeah, that's right. You guys host NFL football games in England. That's right.
It's a colossal arena that can hold more fans than any other venue in the country. But what truly sets Wembley apart isn't just the numbers, it's the architectural brilliance that makes this stadium unforgettable. The most striking feature of the stadium is its incredibly iconic arch. This massive arch, standing 133 meters tall, spans the entire length of the stadium and supports the roof. Not only does the arch give Wembley its instantly recognizable silhouette, but it also serves a practical purpose, helping to retract the roof when needed. Although the roof doesn't fully close, which means the pitch might get a little wet during rainy days, it provides shelter for every seat in the stadium, ensuring that fans are protected from the elements. On sunny days, the roof can open slightly to allow natural light and warmth onto the pitch, which is essential for maintaining the grass. Talk about engineering brilliance. Since its reopening in 2007, Wembley has become more than just a home for football. It has hosted numerous high-profile events, from international soccer matches to concerts by global superstars like Ed Sheeran and Queen. The NFL has also made its mark at Wembley, with the stadium regularly hosting games as part of the NFL's International Series. It's a true testament to how this venue has evolved into a multi-purpose entertainment hub, loved by both sports fans and music lovers alike. But what really makes Wembley stand out on a global scale is its rich sporting history. Whether it's hosting the FA Cup final, the Champions League final, or even the Olympic Games, Wembley has been at the heart of countless historic moments in the world of sport. A T&T Stadium.
Well, there you go. It is our one stadium from the United States. It is a really nice stadium. It is a really nice stadium. Mind-blowing enough to be on the top 10? I don't know, but I guess let him explain.
Dallas, Texas. When you think of stadiums that stand as icons of both innovation and scale, AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, immediately comes to mind. Known by locals and fans alike as Jerry World, after the legendary owner of the Dallas Cowboys, Jerry Jones, this stadium isn't just a place to watch football, it's a massive, state-of-the-art entertainment hub where virtually anything can happen. Opened in 2009, AT&T Stadium quickly became a symbol of modern sports architecture. Not only does it serve as the home of the Dallas Cowboys, one of the most storied franchises in the NFL, but it also hosts an array of events, from concerts and motocross to basketball games.
And we just had that wonderful Tyson fight in here. Oh, that was just a great fight. Tyson versus Jake. Horrible.
College football, and even rodeo shows. The versatility of the venue is one of the reasons it is so highly regarded in the sports world, allowing it to cater to a wide range of activities beyond just the sport it was built for. At the heart of this incredible stadium is its retractable roof, one of the most impressive features that allows the venue to be used in nearly any weather condition. Whether it's a sunny Texas day or a rainstorm rolling in, fans can rest assured that the roof can be opened or closed to accommodate the elements. This means that the stadium can transition from hosting outdoor events to providing the comfort of an indoor arena, depending on the occasion. Speaking of size, AT&T Stadium is no slouch. With a seating capacity of 80,000, it's the fourth largest stadium in the NFL. The sheer scale of the venue can be overwhelming, especially when the stadium is packed with fans for a Cowboys game or a special event. But even beyond its size, it's the experience that AT&T Stadium offers that truly sets it apart. The interior is equipped with luxurious amenities, including suites, VIP lounges, and the legendary largest high-definition video board in the world, hanging over the field. This colossal screen spans 72 feet tall and 160 feet wide, making it impossible to miss the action, even if you're sitting far from the field. What makes AT&T Stadium truly unique, however, is the vision behind it. Jerry Jones, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys, imagined this place as more than just a stadium. He saw it as a multi-purpose entertainment mecca, a venue that could host not only football games but also major concerts by top-tier artists, international soccer matches, Spartan races, and even motocross events. Essentially, it's a stadium that functions as a year-round destination.
All right, so I'm not going to lie, it's a beautiful stadium. I just hate the Cowboys, so it's hard for me to say that. Really hard for me to say that. But, yeah, it's definitely a nice stadium.
Bringing in thousands of people for events of all kinds. Camp Nou Barcelona, Spain. If you're a football fan, the name Camp Nou...
Oh, my God. How many levels? That's... wow.
...is probably already etched in your mind as one of the most iconic football stadiums in the world. Nestled in the heart of Barcelona, Spain, this legendary stadium has been the home of FC Barcelona since its grand opening in 1957, and it stands today as a true testament to both the sport and the city's passionate love for football. Camp Nou, meaning the new field in Catalan, wasn't always the grand stadium it is.
Did he say Catalan? It's Catalan. Catalan. But now I'm saying it wrong. Catalan. Well, it's from Cadaqués, is the language. Catalan.
Is today. The construction of this colossal arena began in 1954 and took 3 years to complete. Originally, the stadium was intended to be named Estadi del FC Barcelona, but over time, the name Camp Nou became the one most widely accepted by both the club and fans. And it's simple to see why. The name has a certain ring to it, evoking the history, tradition, and pride that the stadium holds. At a seating capacity of 99,354, Camp Nou holds the title of being the largest football stadium in Spain and Europe, and the 4th largest football stadium in the world. This massive space is more than just a home for FC Barcelona. It's a sanctuary for football fans who come from all corners of the globe to witness the magic that unfolds within these walls. On any given match day, the atmosphere is electric, with fans chanting and singing their hearts out in support of one of the greatest football clubs in history. The stadium has seen some of the biggest moments in football. It has hosted 2 UEFA Champions League finals, 4 Copa del Rey finals, and 2 European Cup Winners' Cup finals. But beyond the finals and the titles, what makes Camp Nou truly special is the energy of the crowd and the rich history of FC Barcelona itself. The legendary players who have graced the field, names like Lionel Messi, Johan Cruyff, and Xavi Hernandez, have all left their mark, not only on the stadium but on the sport as a whole. Camp Nou isn't just a place to watch football, it's a living museum of the sport's history. The stadium houses the FC Barcelona Museum, which is one of the most visited sports museums in the world. Here, fans can learn about the club's legendary players, relive historic matches, and marvel at the array of trophies that Barcelona has won over the years, including the Champions League, La Liga, and countless other titles. For visitors, the Camp Nou experience offers an unforgettable tour, taking you behind the scenes into the locker rooms, the trophy room, and even out onto the pitch itself. It's the ultimate
That's a hell of a stadium.
pilgrimage for any true football fan.
It's a hell of a stadium.
The Colosseum, Rome, Italy. When it comes to stadiums that have withstood the test of time, there's no more iconic venue than the Colosseum in Rome, Italy. Known the world over as the heart of ancient gladiatorial combat and public spectacles, this remarkable structure has captivated historians, architects, and visitors for centuries. Its grandeur and historical significance make it not just a stadium, but a symbol of the ancient Roman Empire's engineering prowess and entertainment culture. Located in the very center of Rome, just east of the Roman Forum, the Colosseum stands as a monumental achievement in ancient architecture. Completed in 80 AD, under the rule of Emperor Titus, the amphitheater was built on the orders of his father, Emperor Vespasian, who began construction around 69 AD.
He didn't begin any construction. His probably 80,000 slaves did it for him. He didn't begin any construction, my friend.
The project spanned
not in those days.
Over a decade, involving the work of 3 emperors from the Flavian dynasty, which is how the Colosseum got its original name, the Flavian Amphitheater. Even though the Colosseum was constructed over 2,000 years ago, it remains the largest ancient amphitheater ever built, and, remarkably, the largest standing amphitheater in the world today. Its oval shape is part of its enduring allure, with its dimensions stretching 620 feet long and 513 feet wide. At its peak, the Colosseum could hold an estimated 50,000 to 80,000 spectators, a crowd size that rivals some of today's largest modern stadiums. The Colosseum's design was revolutionary. It featured a complex system of underground passages, elevators, and trapdoors that allowed for dramatic reveals of combatants, animals, and scenery. This innovative setup helped create an experience unlike any other in the ancient world. While many arenas of the time were simply open-air venues, the Colosseum had a complex multi-level structure with arcades and walkways, making it a truly sophisticated venue. Today, the Colosseum stands as one of the most popular tourist attractions in the world. Millions of visitors flock to Rome every year to walk through its ancient arches and imagine what it was like to witness the awestruck events that once took place here. Olympic Stadium, London, England. When you think of iconic stadiums in London, Wembley might immediately come to mind. But there's another venue in the heart of the city that deserves just as much attention. The Olympic Stadium, now known as the London Stadium. Located in the bustling Queen Elizabeth Olympic Park in the Stratford district, this stadium has a fascinating history.
I'm surprised he hasn't mentioned China. What about the stadium they built for the Olympics?
A stunning design.
Oh, that looks sick.
And a legacy that continues to shape London's sporting and cultural scene. Built specifically for the 2012 Summer Olympics, the Olympic Stadium was designed to host the track and field events and serve as the grand stage for the opening and closing ceremonies. With a seating capacity of 80,000 during the Games, it became one of the largest venues in London, creating an unforgettable atmosphere for spectators and athletes alike. The sleek modern design, combined with the energy of the world's best athletes, made it a standout location during the London 2012 Olympic Games. However, unlike many Olympic venues, the London Olympic Stadium wasn't simply dismantled or left to gather dust after the closing ceremonies. Instead, the stadium underwent a major renovation to ensure its continued use, and in 2016, it was officially renamed the London Stadium. Today, it serves as the home of West Ham United Football Club, a Premier League team, marking a new chapter in the stadium's storied life. The renovations reduced its capacity to 66,000 seats, making it more suitable for football matches while still maintaining its grandeur. Aside from football, the stadium is an incredibly versatile venue, regularly hosting concerts, music festivals, and even baseball games, marking a seamless transition from an Olympic site to a multi-purpose arena. In fact, it has become one of the go-to places in London for major events.
I call him Mr. Bean.
From live performances by global superstars like the Rolling Stones to international competitions and cultural events. What truly makes the London Stadium special, aside from its historical significance as the heart of the 2012 Olympics, is its adaptability. The stadium has become a central fixture in London's East End, contributing to the city's growing reputation as a global destination for sports and entertainment. The surrounding Olympic Park, with its iconic venues like the Aquatic Center and Arcelor Middle Orbit, the towering sculpture that doubles as an observation deck, has been transformed into a sprawling public space that draws millions of visitors each year.
Definitely a spectacle. What is that?
San Siro, Milan, Italy. In the world of football, few stadiums command as much respect and admiration as San Siro, officially known as Stadio Giuseppe Meazza. Nestled in the vibrant San Siro district of Milan, Italy, this legendary stadium is the beating heart of one of the most passionate football cultures in the world. It's home to two of Italy's most successful and beloved clubs, AC Milan and Inter Milan. With a seating capacity of 75,923, San Siro is not only the largest stadium in Italy, but it also ranks among the top football venues in Europe. The atmosphere inside this iconic stadium is nothing short of electric, with both Milanese clubs enjoying a fervent fan base that fills the stands for every match. Whether it's an intense Serie A clash or an International Champions League showdown, the energy in San Siro is palpable. And it's easy to see why it's one of the most famous football arenas in the world. San Siro's history dates back to 1925, when construction began in the...
It looks like it's on shock absorbers, like what you have, in your car. Like it could bounce if you wanted it to. What a weird... I'm not gonna lie, it's ugly. It's real ugly from the outside. But from the inside, wow. Right? I mean, come on. That's just... the design might be really cool, but I don't know. I think it's ugly.
Heart of the San Siro district. Initially designed as a private stadium dedicated to football, it was always intended to be a temple of the beautiful game. Over the decades, the stadium has undergone several renovations and expansions, but its core purpose has always remained the same, to serve as the home of football in Milan. AC Milan and Inter Milan have called it home for generations, and the rivalry between these two clubs, known as the Derby della Madonnina, has given the stadium its fierce reputation. The matches played here are a clash of two titans, where fans pack the stands to witness a spectacle of skill, passion, and history. In 1980, the stadium was officially renamed Giuseppe Meazza in honor of the legendary footballer who played for both Inter Milan and AC Milan. Meazza, a World Cup winner with Italy, is regarded as one of the greatest players in the history of the sport, and this tribute was a fitting recognition of his contribution to Italian football. San Siro is more than just a football stadium, it's a cultural landmark. It has hosted countless historic matches, from World Cup fixtures to UEFA Champions League finals, and remains a place of pilgrimage for football fans worldwide. The stadium's towering structure, with its distinctive four giant towers and bold exterior, makes it an unmistakable silhouette against the Milan skyline. It's a structure that tells a story of decades of football greatness. Excitingly, San Siro is also slated to host the opening ceremony of the 2026 Winter Olympics in Milan Cortina d'Ampezzo, further solidifying its place as a global sporting icon. While it's primarily a football ground, its versatility and size allow it to host a variety of events, adding to its legendary status in the sporting world. Whether you've had the chance to visit some of these iconic
what the hell's wrong with that guy?
Places, or they're still on your bucket list, it's clear that the world of stadiums is full of awe-inspiring structures. If you enjoyed this fascinating journey, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more amazing discoveries.
Very cool. Oh, wow. I just literally stopped it perfectly. 1 second left. I really am surprised that China's stadium for the Olympics wasn't mentioned. That's really surprising. But so I mean, they're like wonders of the world, wonders that are created by mankind that you just can't, you look in awe like, we built that? Damn. Like, really? Yeah, no, I mean, the brilliance that has to be put in to build these things properly. And then all the guys, the architects out there that don't want to build a stadium like everybody else, now they got to think extra out of the box on how can I, like that insane looking, I wouldn't say a dragon, I'd say more, I guess a dragon, yeah, all right. I'd say more like a serpent. But that was my favorite stadium. Still is. Wherever that thing was. That thing was wild looking. Well, that one was cool too. There it is. Yeah, for me, this is definitely the coolest one. But very cool stuff. It's just amazing. It really is. We don't think about it, right? We buy our ticket, we have our seat, we watch the game, we enjoy it. You know what? Now that I just thought, I'm surprised Indonesia wasn't named. Didn't have their stadium mentioned either. You know what? You could probably make this list a 20 most impressive stadiums if you really wanted to. But all right, no, I get it. You got to make it, otherwise the video's too long. Anyway, good stuff, amazing stadiums, and it just shows what we could do, right? Instead of destroying everything, which is what we're very well known for, that is, the humans are very good at destroying things. It's nice to see sometimes, you could build some beautiful things too. Some really serious landmarks where, again, man, the pressure that these things have to withhold. That's a lot of people jumping and dancing. I'm telling you. But yeah, no, you know what? If there was going to be one stadium mentioned from the United States, I agree. It would have to be the Dallas, Texas stadium. It has to be. No other stadium is nicer in the United States. But in the world, nah, you can't. I mean, come on, look at this thing. Sick. Anyway, cool video. Good stuff. We'll see what you guys think. Take care. Peace out. Have a good night.